So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Welcome to the iPhone 13 versus the Pixel 6a speed test. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, 1 and see which one can get there first. Now, the reason I want to make this video is because I've been using the Pixel 6a for a couple weeks now, and I'm pretty astonished by the value, especially in the performance. And I want to see how it compares to more of a phone, few $100s more of its price range. You can see it actually turns on faster. And the reason for this is because look at the size of this. Look at the size of the 13. So if you're kind of like considering, a cheaper phone for a similar size and performance, maybe the Pixel 6a will slot in there for you. You can see it does turn on faster than a several $100 more iPhone 13. Now, in terms of unlocking the iPhone 13, I can tell you it's a little bit more reliable than the Pixel 6a, which sometimes with the fingerprint sensor, it's quite fast. It does unlock, but sometimes it's a little bit slower to unlock this device. So when it comes to unlocking, you probably will have a little bit more of a fast experience over there on the left. But other than that, they're both pretty quick. Now, they're both 60 hertz displays. This is another reason why I was like, this is a pretty decent comparison, even though iPhone 13 definitely higher end. It's still 60 hertz on both of them. So you're getting a pretty similar display performance, which is saying something about maybe Apple should upgrade their speed on that display, especially at that price point. If you can get the same 60 hertz panel at the price point of like $449 on the Pixel 6a, you'll see over here, definitely not too much better there. So I think maybe Apple needs to upgrade theirs as well, since you can get this kind of display at this point. Now, this also has Google Tensor CPU, 6 gigabytes of RAM. This one has 4 gigabytes of RAM. So that's kind of even. And when you compare Android to iOS, because Android needs a little bit more RAM than iOS to operate properly. So general OS, just kind of scrolling through everything, it's about similar on both of them. All right, so here we are, the moment of truth, the thing I wanted to showcase here. Does the Pixel 6a keep up with a flagship phone here in terms of just everyday performance? So you can see right there, both are closed out. Let's begin with calendar. And you can see that was clearly to the iPhone 13. Let me turn off dark mode so they kind of match up with the screens there. Coming out of there, let's go into calculator. And that one to the 13. Coming out of there, we'll go into clock. You can see a little faster for the 13. We'll go into Instagram. And you can see Instagram loads first. It looked like on the Pixel. We'll go over here to go to the home screen here. And very similar here in terms of just Instagram performance. And by the way, Pixel is one of the better Instagram performers for an Android phone. A lot of people don't like how some of those Android phones perform on, Instagram, social media, camera, stuff like that. Pixel 6a, not one of them. We're going to go into Twitter here. And you can see Twitter was faster for, looks like the Pixel's a little faster on Twitter. Let's head up out of there. Groupon faster on the left. So far, Pixel faster there. Keeping up pretty easily with the iPhone 13. Not technically beating it, but it is keeping up very good. Let's go into scores. You can see pretty good there. And a lot of people say, well, you're not really testing the performance. You're just loading app memory and stuff like that. Look, what do you do every day on your phone? You open apps constantly all day long until you go to sleep at night. You're using applications every day, all day. That's why I like to do this. Let's go into Best Buy, and we will run a benchmark later so you can get some real technical performance scores. But what do you do all day? You're using apps all day long. Let's go into eBay. That's what the phones run, and pretty similar. So honestly, you could take either one of these phones out and you could see that you're going to get a similar performance on both. Let's see if the gaming is solid here on the Pixel as well. All right, I had to do a quick cut because PUBG wasn't updated. We were still on Starbucks, so everything's still open in that background. Let's go into PUBG Mobile here and see where we stand here. Usually when it comes to a game like this, the iPhone usually wins it out, and it looks like it's going to do it again. But the Pixel is not bad either here in terms of the load times for an Android phone. You see it's like right there with it. It's not like majorly behind. It's probably 3 or 4 seconds or so. So it's not a big deal difference, especially when you consider that price difference. You see, we're already there in PUBG for the Pixel 6a versus the iPhone 13. I will tell you in gaming though that the iPhone 13 doesn't get as warm to my touch as the Pixel, but still both of them will play the game. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2 and see which one does load this first. You can see the iPhone again. We'll go to play and we'll see that the iPhone a little bit in the lead. Let's go up out of here and we're gonna go into Asphalt 9. See which one can load this up first. Now, Android typically loads this first, but I don't know if the Pixel will win this one. And so some people believe that, well, you see the gaming performance faster on the iPhone, that it's always gonna be the better pick. But you can see right here, Asphalt 9 faster to load on the Android device. So it could be because this game may have been developed a little bit better for Android. I'm not sure, but definitely that was to the Pixel. So you can see this is insane. Like what you're getting on the Pixel 6a, I don't think people appreciate, not everybody appreciates what they're getting. You are getting iPhone 13, nearly iPhone 13 level day-to-day performance on a phone that costs several $100s less. So if you are a cross shopper and you're not stuck on one ecosystem, you should definitely check out Pixel 6a, see if it's something you might like if you're trying to save yourself $400. And this would go for the iPhone 14 that's on the way as well. That's not going to be no different. Yeah, it's going to be faster than 13, but it's not going to be groundbreakingly faster than the iPhone 13 as well. So you can see they can both run games easily. Let's go into Geekbench 5 and you can see there we go. Now keep in mind the tensor is clocked a little bit at a lower speed than the iPhone 13, which is at 3.32 gigahertz or 23 gigahertz. So when you get to the more intensive stuff, the 13 will probably win it out. But overall, pretty impressed. It was nearly a even match. iPhone 13 seemed a hair faster, but not by a long shot. So let's run back through them to see if the Pixel will hang here on RAM management or if the iPhone will hang up here on the RAM management, Crossy Road. And, you know, let's go into Asphalt 9. Usually both of them do solid here. That's good. Okay, let's go into Dead Trigger 2. This will matter when it comes to, you know, kind of going back through stuff. That's where we were. We'll go into Starbucks. And you've seen that one was starting to load on the Pixel. eBay loading up there on the Pixel. Best Buy. Okay, so now the Pixel is starting to reload these apps. Now, they might have closed them in the background for battery savings, so that could be the deal. But overall, you don't really need to do that at all on the iPhone. So it just kind of stays having good battery life, even with those apps kind of open. So I'd say that in terms of going through the applications, the 13 is going to be the better choice here. But overall, it's not like a big deal. You just got to wait like a second for a Pixel to reload it. But overall, the 13 was better here. All right, so let's go ahead and open up some websites. We're going to begin with apple.com. 3, 2, go. And you can see Apple had their website, but not by much. This is Chrome versus Safari. They do have Chrome on iPhone, but they don't have Safari on the Pixel. We're just going to use their stock browsers. Overall, pretty good deal actually on the Education MacBook Air. Overall, pretty easy performance here. Pretty similar performance on their internet browsers. We're going to go to googlestore.com. All right, so let's go to the googlestore.com. 3, 2, go. And you can see that one looked like it was pretty similar actually. Once again, maybe the iPhone. We'll hit learn more. iPhone on that one. So iPhone a little bit faster in the browser as well, but not by a ton. I mean, I'm just pretty astonished how well this phone keeps up. We're going to head into doing a Geekbench 5 test now, and I'll be back when the final results are in. So the iPhone, as usual, finishes Geekbench 5 first with these ridiculously high scores. 1704 on the single, 4135 on the multi-core, not being beat by anything really. Even the iPhone 13 Pros are only a hair better than the 13, so a lot of performance here for your money on the 13, but you're going to sacrifice their ProMotion displays with getting this one, but you get a lighter build. It does feel a little bit warm right now to the touch, as does the Pixel. We are pushing these CPUs. But see, you can see that this is taking quite a bit longer. So I think this is pretty apparent which one is technically the more powerful CPU right here. Pixel's about to finish up here. But that chip, that Tensor's chip, also allows things like Magic Eraser and stuff like that in the camera, but not even close here on the Geekbench. In fact, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is a little bit below the Pixel though, which should say something as well. The S21 Ultra, a lower score than the Pixel 6a. The S21 Ultra was a $1,200 phone. So that should show you the value here. But the value is not just in these technical prowess. You've seen in the day-to-day opening applications kept up easily with the iPhone 13. And when it just comes to everyday usage, it's just a bang for the buck. So is the Pixel 6a a flagship killer phone? And I would say to some degrees, maybe. This reminds me a lot of when OnePlus was making those flagship killers and you were just getting a ton of bang for the buck. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what else you want to see going forward on the channel. I do have the Z Fold 4 coming, so if you're waiting for the Samsung stuff, let me know if you want to see some stuff about that down below in the comments. I'll catch you on the next one. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.